Hello YouTube, and welcome to product review of the latest release from Intermountain. This one's actually a special release because in this run, Intermountain did exclusive collaborations between Otter Valley Rail and Spring Creek models. So Otter Valley did the CNCP, obviously being Canadian, and then Spring Creek did one in Rock Island. So we got a lot to review. Let's go ahead and get started. So looking at our first model here, it's the CN. The CN's an Otter Valley exclusive, commissioned to Intermountain during their latest run. It features the red CN Wet Noodle logo, including the new TTX Modern Red logo. As you can see, all the grills are actually straight on this one, unlike the first run I had. Taking a closer look, you can see it's actually got extremely fine micro pad printing for all the markings, car lettering, things of that nature. And as you can see, also the new TTX logo is extremely sharp and crisp. Looking at the door ends, you can also see the extremely fine micropad printing as well, including the two-tone it's got for the excess height at the top of the car. And looking down the side, you can confirm there that all the panels are in fact straight, so that's pretty amazing. And just coming in a little bit closer on the ends, you can see it's got a KD scale head couplers, separately applied cut levers, stirrups, and grab irons. And just taking a look underneath, you can see it's nothing overly spectacular. It does have separately applied brake piping and all the extra reservoirs and doodads underneath. And your eyes aren't deceiving you, that center beam is a different color. It looks like it's just sort of molded in color versus being painted. And moving on, here's the CP. The special thing about this CP is, again, it's not your monitor. This is actually sort of representing more of a faded red kind of color. So I know it looks pink, but basically it actually looks fairly bang on to the prototype car. And as you can see down here, we've got the same fine pad printing, both for the weight, car markings, car number ID, and just like on the other side, you've got the same fine pad printing, including I guess about the 2000s to about mid to early 90s TTX logo. And looking at the end door detail as well, similar thing, you got the KD scale head, separately applied cut levers, grab irons, pad printing on the door ends, including the two-tone for the excess height on the car. And here's just a shot of the rooftops. As you can see, the stainless steel paint looks a little bit more accurate on this run. This shot's just basically a comparison of the newer one on the right and the older run, or should I say the first run on the left, and you can definitely see the difference. What I mean, the side panels aren't straight. They're kind of buckling and bowing once you really kind of get up there, so I mean they sort of screwed the pooch for sure on the first run. But now we can get to the fun part and actually weigh these bad boys. So the new version comes in roughly about 187 grams. It definitely feels a lot more solid than I guess the original run. And then the original run comes in just slightly heavier, over 189 grams. But all in all, they're pretty much the same weight, no real difference there. And I thought, just for anybody that's sort of never opened up the doors on one of these things, that I'd go ahead and open up the doors. For this, I just use a toothpick and sort of the holes they have for the ramps already there. One thing I will say about these, the doors open probably about a million times easier than the original run. As you can see, I'm already done now. There's a look at the inside. But then closing, it's pretty much the same. You just sort of use the toothpicks, push it, wedge it, jimmy it. Again, it doesn't open like a hinge door. It sort of folds or rolls open. So once you get it going, it pretty much just moves on its own. And of course, this one's being a little finicky. But same thing, you just kind of get the toothpick in there and then you can slide it over. The reason why I use toothpicks versus, any metal priers or plastic, you may scratch at the wood. There's less of a chance of it actually scratching, deforming the plastic or the paint. And just a little bit more fidgeting around with the toothpick. Again, you just keep sliding, and then eventually, sometimes you gotta get underneath and give it a little push. I find that also helps, as you can see there. And then just do that, line up your doors, and voila, you're done. So what can I say about these? Absolutely amazing. I think Intermountain redeemed themselves, and the fact that it's an exclusive release from a reputable Canadian hobby shop, I give it a 9 out of 10. So until next time, see you around, have fun, and enjoy.